Well, Trey, I want to go back to last summer. I know when you were drafted by the Padres, and then one of the bizarre trades that we've ever seen, you're sent to the Washington Nationals, but not until later on. But this is the first time you were traded at the big league level. What was that experience like? Because I'm not sure if you were caught off guard by that or surprised by it, knowing you still had a year left on your deal.
I think a lot of people are. I definitely was caught off a little off guard, but it's tough moving across the country, changing cities, and I had a 6-month-old. It was tough, but luckily my wife was amazing, helped me do all that, and family helped out any way they could. And then baseball, I think, always takes care of itself. I think that's kind of my safe spot, so I was never really worried about that. I was just getting the family across the country, and it ended up working out really well, and we had a lot of fun doing it, and we're glad to be here.
And so you'll have a full spring training, I guess an abbreviated spring training still. Getting used to different double play partners at second base. It could be Max Muncy, it could be a Chris Taylor. There's a lot of different guys, at Gavin Lux. Does that make it more challenging for a shortstop when you have maybe a rotating group of guys at second base?
I don't think so. For me, with the Nationals, I had a lot of different second basemen over my career, so had to do a lot of that over there. And for me, I think it's all about fundamentals. Those guys know how to play the game. I know how to play the game. It's not, as if we're in the minor leagues and trying to learn what to do. We know what to expect from each other. So it's just a matter of getting out there and getting a few reps here or there. But once you understand, what the other guy does, I think it's very easy to adjust and very easy to, build connections with multiple people.
When you come over to an organization like this, obviously you won the World Series with the Nationals in 2019, but you come to a place they've been to the World Series 3 times in the last 5 years now. What is it like for you as a player to be somewhere where the expectations are what they are?
It's good. That's what you want. You want to be, World Series or fail. I think it's impressive to me because I know how hard it is to get there. I know how hard, the playoffs are, and anything can happen in baseball. Everyone knows that, especially over 162 games or a playoff series, and anything can happen. So I know how hard it is to get there in general, and how hard it is to win one, and for them to, or for us to have been there, 3 times in the last 5 years, and also win one. I think it says a lot about this organization, it says a lot about the players, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
On a personal level, first batting title, second stolen base title, you led the National League in hits as well. Is there anything on a personal level that was truly satisfying for you as a player?
I think the awards are more for my family and people around me. I think they like that more. I'm more into just winning in general, and I have my own definition of winning. I think you can win at a lot of things. Every day you can win at a lot of things. So I try to be competitive and win as many things as possible. And I think over a course of a day or a year or a career, I think if I try to do that, I'll be in a good spot. So last year I think was a good year, and this year I would like to get better at many things and try to improve on what I've built.
Well, one thing you certainly won at last year, you won the internet with your slide into home plate in that one game, and you seem to be with this attitude like, what's the big deal? I do this all the time, when everyone else just couldn't believe just how graceful and how cool that was. When you think back to the reaction that you got from whether it was other major league players, your teammates, or fans all across the country, was that surprising to you?
Yeah, it surprised me. Like I said, I've got plenty of videos where I've done that same slide for the most part in the last 7 years or 8 years. Maybe that one looked a little cooler because at home plate you can kind of go past back, you don't have to stop. Maybe that one looked a little bit more smooth, but it's the same pop-up slide I've done for a long time. So I was a little caught off guard, but hopefully more of that in the future. Okay,
so aside from baseball, when you're not playing this great game, what other interests does Trey Turner have?
A lot of things. I hang out with a lot of friends and family, a lot of friends from home, a lot of former teammates or current teammates. I got my 1-year-old now is a handful, so I'm starting to have to learn how to chase him down, and he wants to do nothing but play, so that's getting fun. But golf and video games, anything where I can just relax and kind of not think about anything else. And it's a crazy world out there, so just anything I can get my mind off of, I guess real life is something I enjoy doing.
I mean, Beckham Turner. I mean, is there a better name of a young child than Beckham Dash?
And he better be fast because, or else I screwed him. But we liked how it sounded, and we think it fits him perfectly. So it's been a blessing.
Trey, thank you so much, man. Appreciate you.
How are you feeling right now? The arm's feeling good. We're progressing. We're taking small steps here and there, and I think we're looking to be on time. So it's that's the most exciting part to me.
Max Muncy. It's exciting to be sitting down with you and with no brace. You're back on the field, you're swinging the ball. I mean, look, this is a lot of excitement heading into this season. How frustrating was it for you having to be on the sidelines watching last year?
It sucked. Just to put it simply, it sucked. It's one of the most frustrating things I've had to deal with in my baseball career. You got the team that you've been out there the whole season with, grinding with, and they're playing big, important games, and you can't do a single thing to help them. It just really sucked, and hopefully I never have to deal with that again. But at the same time, you can't control that kind of stuff. Injuries are going to happen, but we're moving forward, and hopefully I'll get to help the team this year.
And how are you feeling right now? Where are you
feel
at?
good. Feel good. The arm's feeling good. We're progressing. We're taking small steps here and there, and I think we're looking to be on time. So it's that's the most exciting part to me.
Is there something that's going to allow you to kind of just know that, you know what, I'm good, let's do this, I'm ready to full speed, full everything?
I mean, right now I think we're at that point. It's just getting over it mentally. There's still a couple things where mentally I'm trying to protect it. It doesn't actually hurt, but with any type of injury, you got to get over that point. And I think that's where we're at right now. Is just getting over it and getting the reps that I need and getting my feet underneath me and that kind of stuff. With a really short spring training, there's not a whole lot of time to get your body adjusted to what needs to happen out there for a full season. But we're gonna do the best we can.
All right, now reaction. Freddie Freeman, he's a Dodger.
It's awesome. It's really exciting. Like I said, he's one of the best hitters in the game, and he's been so consistent for 11, 12, 13 years, however long he's been in the big leagues. You look at his numbers every single year; they're almost identical. He's just going to add to our lineup, and on top of that, he's going to add to our clubhouse. He's a fun guy to have out there on the field, and he's secure in his family, and he gets to be close to his home. From what I understand, he lives in Newport, I think, but really exciting to have him. It'll be a lot of fun, and obviously I might not be playing any first base anymore, but that's okay.
Excited about potentially playing? I mean, second base. Dave Roberts said maybe some third base. Does that excite you though, being at second?
I'm excited about winning, and he gives us a better chance to win, and that's really all I care about. For anyone that's ever known me, that's really all it is. I don't care about where I play. It's not about me. It's about helping this team win and helping the Dodgers win, and getting another World Series. That's the goal right now, and so whoever I have to be to do that, that's what I want to do.
When you look at the lineup right now, a lot of people are saying it's like a video game lineup. It's a cheat code kind of. When you look at it though, what do you see?
Just a lot of really, really good hitters. Consistency, guys that know how to get a job done no matter what the situation is. Guys that always have a plan. They always have an idea of what they want to do at the plate. They're not lost. Just an entire group of collected hitters that can buy into a game plan and make a pitcher really work out there.
With Clayton Kershaw, he's back. What does he mean to this team, and what does he mean to you?
I think to this organization, he kind of means everything. He's the epitome of what we all stand for. He shows up, he works hard, he gets his work done every single day, and then he likes to have a lot of fun on top of that. He's one of the funnest guys in the clubhouse, but when it's his turn to start, he's one of the most serious guys, and he brings a fire like no one else out there on the mound, and that kind of reverberates to everyone on the team, and it's. I don't know if you can describe a Dodger better than you could with Clayton Kershaw.
Last season, you and your wife Kelly brought in a beautiful baby girl, Sophie Kate. How has fatherhood been for you?
Oh, it's been awesome. It's been one of the best things that's ever happened to me. I don't really know if I know what I'm doing, but we're figuring that out along the way. I think that's part of the journey. That's part of the fun. Is you gotta learn how to take care of a child, and you see that smile every single day, and it's unbelievable. It's when you wake her up and she's turn the light on and she gives you a big old smile. That's really what it's all about, and so we're loving it. We're learning, and we can't wait to go through a full season with her because we think it's going to be really special.
And what are you excited about most just for this season?
Everything that it brings. The fans, Dodger Stadium, the Dodgers, I think everything that's involved with it. Every year is so special with us, and I cherish every single moment, and I can't wait to see it.
And I know they can't wait to see you back out there. So that's going to be huge for fans when the day comes. So thank you so much, Max.
Thank you.
When you're a new person to curling, they actually just put these rubber booties over your shoes so you can't really slip. You're just walking. And so it's pretty safe. I think it's pretty foolproof.
Well, because you are one of the great follows on Instagram and social media, a lot of fans have been able to pay attention to what you were doing during the off season, whether it was curling or you and Courtney are driving across the country and going to certain places, playing a little golf. What were some of the highlights for you of the off season?
Well, you mentioned one of them was curling. So Court's New Year's resolution was she was going to try something new every month this year, and the thing she wanted to do in February was curling. So we found a little place in LA that had open ice time and signed up for it and threw on the onesies, the USA onesies, and got out there and got to experience, and it was a blast, honestly. I think that'd be something that'd be really cool to have, like a little team event. Hopefully no one gets hurt doing it, but it would be a lot of fun to get out there and do that.
Is it something that you could get hurt? Because I watched them and they handle themselves on the ice with such grace. I feel like I would be falling all the time.
Yeah, so when you're a new person to curling, they actually just put these rubber booties over your shoes so you can't really slip.
Okay.
So you're not wearing the pro curling shoes that have the slick toed surface and you see them kind of skating down the ice. You're just walking, and so it's pretty safe. I think it's pretty foolproof.
I know in the past, watching you posting stuff on Instagram and other things, but you would work out sometimes at Dodger Stadium during the off season. We had a 99-day lockout. How did that impact your preparation that you would normally do during the off season?
Yeah, it made it a pretty weird off season. Obviously, in my tenure with the Dodgers, I've had a couple of seasons where I was a free agent and wasn't able to work out at the stadium during that time. It made it interesting to have a batting cage that I can go hit in, and then find a field where I can play catch and take ground balls at, and then finding places to work out. I did some F45 classes this off season, so it definitely took a little bit of outside the box thinking and some creativity to make sure I got everything in.
There's going to be a quick ramp up now. Does that present challenges for hitters? Because a lot of times people would say early on the pitchers might be a little ahead of the hitters.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little different for hitters and pitchers. I think the advantage for hitters is they're starting minor league games on the backfield today. They're already playing spring training games. So if guys need to get extra at bats or get extra work in, it's easy for us to just go back on the backfield game and take 4, 5, 6 at bats, jumping in with those guys. Where as a pitcher, you can only throw when you can throw. So I don't think it's something that our staff and our front office aren't prepared for, and they have a plan put together for those guys, and they'll figure out how to put us in the best position to stay healthy and make another run at the championship.
I don't know if it's crazy for you to believe and sit there and think, this is my 9th year with this Dodgers organization. Do you ever take time to reflect back to when you signed that deal with Ned and the Dodgers back in February of 2014, just how much your life would change?
Yeah, it's come up quite a bit, and it is crazy thinking holy crap, this is 9 years. That's pretty amazing, and something I'm very proud of. Obviously, very proud to be able to put on a Dodger uniform for all these years and be a part of this great organization. And yeah, thinking back to making that decision, trying to decide where I was going to sign in 2014. I wouldn't trade any of it for anything.
You talked about other teams can throw a lot of money at certain players. Chris Taylor, he was just telling the story. Andrew Friedman was actually telling the story today that at Mookie Betts' wedding, Chris Taylor went up to Andrew Friedman and said, just so you know, I wasn't going to go anywhere. And Andrew said, I wasn't going to let you go anywhere. But it just shows how much the guys do enjoy playing here, as someone like yourself would know.
Yeah, absolutely. I think when you come over into this organization, and we have a lot of guys that this is the only organization they've ever known. And so for me and for some of these other guys that have been to other places, I think it's just a different sense of pride, knowing what it's like other places, and then knowing how special it is here. So I was at Mookie Betts' wedding with CT when he signed, and I don't know if I've ever seen him have as big a smile on his face, and he was so fired up to be back, and obviously, we were all so fired up to have him back.
Last thing I want to ask you about is Dave Roberts, his opening message to the team the other day. He was talking about some of the all-time Dodger greats and how some of the all-time Dodger greats are in that clubhouse right now, and he mentioned your name as one of the guys that some of the younger players can look up to, but also as one of the players that Dodger fans are going to be looking at for many years to come as one of the all-time great Dodgers.
Yeah, that's pretty flattering. And again, you know, I don't think before I put on the Dodger uniform I ever would have anticipated my career to be going on this trajectory. And it's just a special place. We have special fans. We have special players. And so many guys that wore the uniform before us who have made such an impact on this game and having legacy in this game is truly an honor. So I couldn't be more happy to be wearing Dodger blue for another year and make another run in the championship.
And then hopefully a few more years, and then you can do some curling.
Yeah.
JT, thank you so much, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.